and welcome to Critical Tumble, where a bunch of longtime friends and internet nerds transcend geography through the power of Discord to play Dungeons and Dragons, and critically fumble a lot. We're kind of hoping not today, like a lot. We've had some of that. We had some, okay, not critically fumble. We had some particularly unfortunate rolls yesterday. Well, last session, more to the point. Previously, the Cupcake Coterie is currently under Amber in the network of sewers, tunnels, and disused temples. The old temples. They spent most of last session going through Temple to Palor, which was run by what was known as the Order of the Mirage, who Remy and Barnabas have encountered sort of on and off, really, because they tend to proliferate in places where the worship of Palor is being stamped out. They're not going to deny the sun its due just because some other people are being assholes. They also, as I had Barnabas remember, generally store some unique and powerful artifacts. So, after an encounter with an interesting little homebrew of mine called Flicker Foxes, which is basically what would happen if you crossed a blink dog with a displacer beast and gave that shape to guiding bolt.
Ew. Not the crab juice.
No, he was. They're actually. Clarity wants to find a radiant damage proof oven mitt to pet them, because they really were just dog-sized foxes that just kind of noom through you and did radiant damage.
Ah.
And you weren't sure when they stopped whether they were where they looked like they were, because they cast an illusion, make themselves invisible, and they could be anywhere in a 5-foot radius from...
Ah, I see.
They did not have to fight them.
Well, that's good.
That would have been an unfortunate situation. The thing is, the other thing about Order of the Mirage temples is that they tend to be full of particularly nasty traps. They missed what the first one was supposed to be. Having a reasonably strong character with the power of flight is no end of useful. Especially with trap number 3, which was the Corridor of Acid.
Yeah.
Couple of 100 feet with rising and retracting pedestals to hop across.
Oh.
Yeah, Barnabas tried to spare Alice some of the weight, because also if you flew too high, acid jets.
Oh.
So
Delightful.
she had to keep flying relatively low. Barnabas tried to sort of use his echo to hop across. The hand of fate was not kind to Barnabas. So on 3 separate occasions, she had to kind of hold him up while he positioned his echo in the next safe spot.
Ah.
Which I suppose is only fair given that because the acid was kind of acrid smelling and when you breathe too much of it, she had to kind of, everybody else could wear scarves over their face, but because Barnabas has so much muzzle, kind of burritoed it. This is undignified. Useful, but undignified.
That is so 100% exactly what he'd be saying.
The other Barnabas specific bit I should let you know is that Hazel used basically a guidance spell with Michigan as her little omen griffin. Required 25 gold worth of something to sacrifice to the spell. Cherie brought out chocolate truffles. which everybody could have one, and the rest of the bag was worth 25 gold.
Oh, wow.
For Barnabas, what I had to happen was he had the I can see through time moment,
Yes.
and then it really was just sort of, they're I bought some, but they're very expensive. It's like, I don't care. I bought out an entire shop's worth of fudge. I can buy these.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I am getting to know your characters remarkably well. Anyway, after that, the fun wasn't even over yet when they all got across, because that last extra bit of weight on the doorway on the other side had the stone settled just a little bit, and the acid level started rising.
Oh, boy.
Thankfully, they got out of that, not without a little runnel of acid that cut like 6-inch long and 2-inch deep runnel in the marble floor of the next room. It was some extremely powerful acid. I am just saying. They wound up in a ceremonial chamber, which was stored a remarkably small and unornate pendant. They've heard a couple of legends about it, how it can channel and upgrade natural radiant energy, so not like through a weapon. They don't know if through a spell, but so Hazel's got it in the bag of holding, and they're going to, when they do the last of the apology tour with Calatiel, they're going to speak to Heskan up in research and development in the Palor Shrine there, and see who might find it most useful. After that, the temple booted them out in sort of an antechamber, very near to where it would appear that Jessamy and her bunch are hanging out. Between them, Rylan and Hazel had a fairly good idea of how to deal with, frankly, the fact that Jessamy's a rogue. You see, Rylan has what is known as a Hound of Ill Omen. I don't think Barnabas has met Jefferson yet.
No.
Currently what you have is a Shadow Mastiff who's kind of sitting there with the silent boof.
Ooh.
And once Jefferson has seen somebody, he can always find them.
Oh.
Hiding? Yeah, still know where you are. Invisible? Yeah, still know where you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good doggo.
That's a real good pupper.
That is a very good pupper. It's always good to use one's all of one's attributes as skills. Remy, quick question. Do you remember off the top of your head what damage type you set your armor to be resistant to? Given that the last one you fought was
down.
Given the last one you fought was Jain Naran the Third, I figure it's acid?
I was thinking of
My note says fire. I think her shield gives her acid already.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I have a note that says the sword is set for fire.
Okay, in which case, yeah, because if the sword is set for yeah, okay, we're good. Just needed to make sure of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, apparently there is stuff going on in the next room. Flitty has done, frankly, the aerial scouting. I should probably start putting some people in here if you guys want to have a little bit of a discussion about what happens next. So basically, you're in the antechamber, Flitty has stated that there's some folk in that room fiddling with stuff, and there is occasionally a noise that sounds like somebody is taking a bandsaw to steel. So nobody's worried about like too much noise being made if you want to actually plan a thing.
No, he doesn't seem to be concerned.
How many people did you see?
Nobody asked.
Well, I have in my notes that about 8 or 9 people are drawing on the floor and that there's a ritual in works.
Okay, that's fair. So yeah, that's your answer. 8 or 9.
Okay.
Praise be Flitty Aerial Scout.
I mean, I can do more looking
Is-
if you need, but I mean, if you have special questions that you want me to answer, I can probably do that.
So you said that there was a big glowy thing and that there was a blood smell on it?
On or around. I didn't want to get too
Okay.
close because there's flaily people.
Right. There are boxes stuck to it?
That's the best word I got.
Any indication of what they might be?
Well, they put the spinny thing on it and it makes some funny noises. And some bits in it are glowy. Sure is. That is more than likely the contraption that people are attempting.
Yeah.
Right.
Question is, how do we stop it?
Well, I believe it's made. No matter what happens, it's more stopping. That's the problem. It's unstable energy crammed into an unstable container. We don't know what will happen if it goes off.
Probably nothing good.
Unstable energy in an unstable container made by unstable people.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. But the only thing that's potentially worse than it becoming yet more unstable is them sending it to be unstable down in Avernus. And given that we are in a shrine to Tiamat at the moment, I imagine they're using this for a resonance effect. They're hoping that if they do it from some place where Tiamat was worshipped, a portal opened to Avernus would end up close to where she is.
And we don't know what kind of hole in reality that thing is going to punch if it goes off.
Well, it won't be a good one. If such a thing ever exists.
I mean, portals, yes, but you can close those. I don't have a darning needle big enough to fix holes in the sock that is reality.
And we're going to need to deal with the erinyes before we can do anything about
Yeah,
disarming
true.
it.
Alice says, you do understand that this means that we're going to end up having a pitched battle near an unstable bomb.
Yeah, probably
Nothing
not
to be done
good
about
idea.
that.
Actually, the big concern, don't let any stray shots or blows hit it. at minimum.
Doesn't that if they cluster around it, doesn't that render our range absolutely useless?
Pretty much. I mean, I'm good, but
Unless you're talking selective versions of it, like the Flitty zone.
I mean, even precise range like mine can miss. So
We'll just have to be careful.
we'll find
Yeah.
a way to
Good-
just draw
Fortunately,
them
good
away or
example.
something.
Whoa, everybody's talking at one time. Ava?
Or draw them away somehow, but I don't see how we do that.
Especially not if they have range too.
Yeah.
They don't have reason to leave the bomb, not if they're close.
And we'd also probably not want to jostle too much getting near them in a melee situation.
Mm.
Flitty, what's the room look like exactly? Well, there's 5 walls, and there's a raised up spot in the middle. It's also got 5 sides. There's a temple to Tiamat. Why am I not surprised? The floor's in colors.
Makes sense.
The giggly, crazy one standing.
The crazy giggly one has taken the spinny thing to the middle.
Sorry.
And Alice is that and you hear the bandsaw and metal screech. That's the crazy one.
Ah. So the crazy one's right up on it, doing stuff.
Yeah, with not very precise tool from the sound of it.
Yeah, because I can feel that in my teeth. Why can I feel that in my teeth?
Doesn't matter. How do we approach this?
I mean, if it's a big open space, like my pulsar tracer isn't gonna help much, I don't think.
Yeah, it's pretty open.
We're getting in a really unfortunate gotta kick the door down type situation again. Because Clarity, you're our sneakiest, and do you think you would be able to get in there with it being completely open like that?
Are there any points of cover? Because I can hide really well, but I need a place to hide.
Nope, there's just the colored floors.
And also, if we barge in, isn't that gonna make them just work all the faster to do whatever they're doing?
We just need to
If
keep their
we could tell
attention.
where the ritual portal or whatever thing they're using to teleport it would be, we could interrupt that. 'Cause that's usually a. You've seen how I have to draw any kind of like omen griffin circles.
Delicious.
Same idea with a teleportation.
Yes, for those of you who have played or seen any snippets of Veilguard, yeah, Asan is basically a larger, lighter colored Michigan,
Ah,
complete with the
Got
ears.
whole flop flop.
We're
And
not going to be able to open a portal into Avernus with somebody in their face with a sword. We just have to keep their attention.
We could try messing up the drawing some. That could at least delay it.
Yeah.
And Sheree, being the intelligent one and very wise in the ways of people, keep in mind that the word I have heard described to describe Jessamy most in the last little while is petty.
Yeah,
Usually followed by bitch.
that tracks.
there we go.
So if she thinks we're about to stop her plans again. How likely is it that she might just do something that at the very least takes us off the board? Us, the governor, and the entire city of Ambia. Potentially.
Like set it off.
Mm.
Oh, like something that goes off if, say, someone stabs her or if someone stabs Crazy.
Or we barge in the door and she decides to hit the thing.
Unfortunately, I mean, do we have an alternative that keeps her from doing that? Because I would love one, I just don't know if we have one.
I have a snaring spell, but I don't know how strong it would be. And it takes me a while to cast it.
I'm trying not to be the one to say the things all the time, so I'm gonna ask all y'all motherfuckers to make me an int check.
Mm. Mm.
Your dice luck is coming back for you. Oh my god, Barnabas is gonna kick himself from here back to Belarus.
Oh no.
So is Clarity. Marion, Ava, I can kind of understand, but yeah, it's Rylan who comes up with it first, because somebody has just recently been reminding them about their abilities. It's like, for Rylan, three things actually. 1, Cherie knows hold person. 2, she taught it to Alice. 3, she also has that giant hand thing. When you want something to not touch a small thing on a table, you put your hand over it.
Ah!
No, I'm letting Rylan have this one because y'all are stupid.
Yeah.
Very, very quietly, I just point in turn to Cherie and Alice. Say, hold person, the thing with the giant hand.
Well, I can't do hold person and the thing with the giant hand at the same time. You know what it's like when you have to
No, but
concentrate
those
on
are
a spell.
options that we
Yes.
have.
Yes, thank
Funny
you.
that you mentioned that, because hold person. I just don't know if that works on.
Oh yes, no, sorry.
erinyes.
Hold.
Monster. The whole creature.
No,
Hold monster.
Hold.
No, because we have hold monster. Erinyes are fiends.
Yeah, that puts her outside of the category of things
But
I can.
we don't know what the giggling lunatic is. Hand of fate time.
Still extra options we have. And ones we might need.
And Flitty is like, hang on, I'm gonna try a thing. Goes invisible. Okay, we're not doing anything until that one comes back. My fucking dice crying.
Oh boy.
No, this is good. It's just my dice.
This is dice.
Yeah, there's the on and off screeching pauses for a longer length of time with about half a dozen people going, "Hey, wait, what the fuck are you doing?" You can imagine crazy lunatic individual waving a bandsaw, active bandsaw around.
Oh boy.
Wait, a circular saw or a bandsaw? Because
Oh, sorry.
a bandsaw is
Bandsaw.
a giant contraption.
Okay, no. Saw of some description anyway. Handheld, motorized, and going very fast. Not quite chainsaw, something a little bit more. Anyway, point is that A little while later, there's a little weight in Ryland's scarf, and then Flissy think.
What did you do exactly?
I went to try and sniff at the I don't really know what those words you said they were mean, but the one without the hair and the one who was doing the giggly. But I had to land on their shoulder to get a snoof, and I guess he felt me. Maybe they, I don't know, had a smell of male, but that doesn't always mean that much. Problem is that all I really smelled are chemicals. Maybe they're a chemical factory in disguise.
Eat.
But I don't think they're the same as the wingy ones. That one doesn't have wingies.
Okay, that's good to know.
Too bad. Wait. Oh, right. Remy, you can only sense if there's fiend, fae, or what things in a direction,
And
right?
Alice is not fae. She's tried with fae. It doesn't work with fae. It's celestials, fiends, and undead.
Right. Those. I'm never sure how many different types of things apply to paladin sensory.
Celestials, fiends, or undead. Now you know.
If he's something other than human or otherwise mortal, it's likely he'll reveal it in a fight. So at that point, we'll know.
Be a little late to be able to hit him with the person thing.
I mean, honestly, depending on how powerful they are, in their shoes, if a fight was going particularly badly, or somebody was heading in my general direction, I might decide to cut my losses and simply remove myself from the situation without revealing a damn thing.
Hmm.
So that can't be counted on. I suppose the question is, how do we initially proceed? I don't know that charging across an open space is going to net us very much.
No, I don't think
I
so.
agree with that.
Us can teleport.
Alice I think she might be thinking, because there's at least one petty bitch who likes to gloat. I know she likes to gloat. I know some of you are practically allergic to letting enemies monologue.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be really useful if you get that. You can use that time to stake out a position.
Betty, did you notice if there were multiple entrances or just the one?
We're standing in one, though.
Well, we're standing a little bit off of one, but yeah, they might be hidden. You don't know. This might just be the main entrance, and there might be other doors, other places, but if there were, I can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us go in, get her talking, and then the rest of us kind of start trying to move around.
If it's too open, it's unless they're gonna see us.
And I'll say see and pay attention to are two entirely different things.
True.
And you don't start actually fighting until we're in position where they do. Whether or not you're seeing well, that's one thing. But as long as they're not immediately attacking you, that's something else.
Mm.
Who wants to start the taunting?
Alice is just, well, I'm one of the ones she's most pissed at, so.
You and Remy, I guess.
I was
Yeah,
thinking,
that's what I was thinking.
I need to check a thing.
The number of times you two have basically been bait.
so the rest of us will try and sneak around.
Very least, move into better positions. Sneak is
Well, without drawing attention.
All right.
Mhm.
Who thinks they might stand a chance of that particular spell only lasts a minute. No, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'll wait here for the time being. But one of the abilities I do have is being able to make myself invisible and stay that way for a minute. It will get me close enough to cover that bomb with the hand, but again, it's a concentration situation. So as soon as
and
I
is still big enough to
Use the hand
get over the whole bomb.
invisibility.
I don't know how big the hand is exactly. Well, I'll just have to peek while these two members of the God Squad are pissing the rest of them off. If nothing else, it can at least keep moving as a shield. But I believe that he said something about 5 feet by 5 feet by 6 feet? Little more than coffin sized.
So it's about the same. So okay, it's about the same size as medium individual. A bit bigger.
It'll at least be able to make it difficult for anyone to reach the thing. My problem is what we do with it at the end, but I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Would it
Remy,
be-
Alice, do you want me to approach sort of near / with you? Because one, God Squad, and two.
I was actually thinking Barnabas because he's a lot bigger, so it's going to be harder for him to sneak around unnoticed.
It's going to be hard for both of you to seek around unnoticed. So you
I
might as well be
don't
up with
exactly
us.
sneak. I rattle, I clunk,
Sure.
I fall on
Yeah,
my face.
exactly.
True.
And I sort of need to be as close to the middle of everything as possible to be able to.
Guys, I wasn't
leave.
necessarily considering you all would hover at the door and then sneak quietly. They know we're together.
Mhm.
So if you approach behind us, they're probably going to focus a little bit more on the one they've tried to kill on multiple occasions and the one who keeps stopping them.
You might focus on me as well.
Yep.
I don't think they know your involvement in most of it.
No, I mean, because they wanted my blood at one point.
They did, but they seem to be moving on to a plan B now.
Plan B, Plan M.
Plan Zeta, whatever.
We can't have a plan M. Darvin dies in plan M and he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
That's out of character. I love you. Thank you.
Just
What the fuck are you doing?
out of character, please stop us before we hit Plan 9. No Plan 9.
I don't know.
Anything
I don't
but
know
that.
if you got. I don't know if you got that reference or missed it entirely. If you missed that reference entirely, go watch Leverage.
Hi, Kitty.
Gotcha.
I am sure you will appreciate it. It's effectively anti-capitalist competency porn.
Ooh.
It's modern day Robin Hood, sort of.
Kinda.
Kind of. It's a little
Cheer.
less it's a little less rob from the rich and give to the poor, although that's kind of a side effect. It's more, all those assholes who run the world just to enrich themselves? Well, we're going to drive them batshit crazy.
Thorn in the side, just constantly poking with a stick.
I should watch more of that. I only saw like a couple episodes.
Also, at one point, there was Brent Spiner as a herbal remedies rep.
We got a whole new
seeing
layer of
Data
that.
as that was hilarious.
Hmm.
Okay.
I will make notes. Anyway. Honestly, at this point, Alice is getting a little bit fed up with the way this conversation is going or isn't. And walks in. I'm assuming Remy is following because that is
Yep.
what Remy do. So
Yep.
that's...
Yeah, I'm also gonna follow because the minute Alice starts moving, things have kicked off. Let's go.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, so Remy will probably...
Eric's gotta follow the people who do the smashing because I have to be right there on top of them.
I'm gonna stay a little bit off to the side in the back.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with where you guys are yet. I am just describing the room. As Flitty said, it's pentagon-shaped room. Floor seems to be done in the five colors of Tiamat's heads. The pedestal in the center of the room is about 4.5 feet high. Standing on it, painting rune bits in, yes, what smells like blood. There's a good-sized gathering of erinyes, including the unidentifiable giggling lunatic who is now no longer trying to swat an invisible Flitty, and has, in point of fact, put the bandsaw down and has replaced it with effectively a sledgehammer. And was actually kind of winding up to swing it. One of the box is a decent size. There's something inside that looks like glass, and there's very strongly glowing something inside that glass. It's currently being held in a very thick and haphazard metal frame, which this lunatic is apparently trying to get into just the right shape, or possibly trying to put a something into the metal of the frame. And the bandsaw has not been working, apparently. Well, the handheld circular saw has not been working, so is pulling out a mallet. And so, honestly, for the first, 20-30 seconds, the people on top of that pedestal don't actually notice you, because there is just over half a dozen erinyes yelling at this individual, going, "No, no, 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 no!" And but Ava was kind of heading in next and sort of edging in a, I'll say, that way direction.
Mm-hmm.
Rylan?
Probably sneaking in similar direction to Ava, just because I know we want to probably split up, but not all the way split up.
Okay, Clarity?
I will go in the other direction, about equidistant.
So headed towards the green area.
Mm-hmm.
Barnabas?
Barnabas will be following up behind Clarity. Not Clarity. Brain.
Hazel.
Hazel. Yes.
You guys are just... I mean, I know it's ride or die with frosting, guys, but you are determined to clump. Except for Clarity, who's kind of making her way. So yeah, while the various bits of shouting and things are going on, Cherie is staying well back at the moment, but Alice is probably just a little bit fed up with everything at this point. So, fingers in mouth. You know the thing in cartoons where everybody freezes.
Piercing ass whistle, and everyone's just,
Yeah, the head actually falls off the top of the sledgehammer and drops on one of the erinyes' foot, who breaks the silence with "ow, ow, ow, ow."
just swearing one over in the corner.
What the fuck do you think you're doing? Jessamy looks over. How are you alive? How many times do I have to kill you?
Say the same to you.
Alice actually looks at Remy. How many times?
4?
No, not how many times has she. How many times does she have to before it sticks?
It's not going to stick, and there won't be another attempt.
We're about to have an altercation. Of course, there's going to be another attempt. Whether it succeeds or
There's
not
more
is
attempts.
entirely different.
Hmm.
Does anybody want to move any further while Alice is playing comedian? Okay, you still inching up the green area?
Yep.
So, but there?
Sure.
Ava, Rylan?
Probably a
Yes,
just a
definitely
little bit
moving.
into the white area. Like here-ish, maybe.
Rylan?
I probably want to move a little bit further. Just keep going along the wall.
Okay, that's about where you can get to
Mhm.
along the wall, unless you want to literally flatten your back up to it, and it's probably not necessary yet. Barnabas, you gonna stick where you
I
are?
got-
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, from Jessamy. Yes, I think we'll be trying one more time and stamps a foot on a particular patch of pedestal.
Of course.
Walls go up
Oh boy.
along each colored section of the wall. Up to about the ceiling, and cordoning off the pedestal, at least for the time being.
So they're separating us, or they're just blocking them off from us?
Both.
Yeah, so it's like the Oogie Boogie boss in the first Kingdom Hearts game.
Wouldn't know. All I know is that I would like Rylan, Ava, and Clarity to make me Constitution saves, and I
Okay.
would like Remy, Hazel, and Barnabas to make me Dexterity saves.
15.
Oh dear Christ.
Oh,
Oh,
Everybody
Lord.
around Remy gets +3.
Oh, my
I don't
Lord.
think that's saving most of you people.
is that saving me?
Oh, no.
I just hit
You
20 with that.
You didn't need it, but it's not saving, and Alice didn't need it, but it's not saving Barnabas
No.
or Remy herself, for that matter. So yeah, Ava just makes it, but that's half damage. So
Oh, Lord.
so Rylan and Ava take 8 points of cold damage, halved from 16.
Mhm.
Clarity takes 5 points of poison damage, halved from 10, because she has the armor.
Mhm.
Barnabas takes 13 points of fire damage. Hazel, Remy, and Alice take 7 points of fire damage. Hazel, because she made the save, and as Remy looks at Barnabas and notices this is hurting him more than it is her, clearly what's
Sorry.
just hit them. No, I've got something wrong. Okay, look, Hazel
How
and
much?
sorry, 7. This qualifies as dragon fire.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, Remy has a reason to know this.
Okay.
So yeah, you're kind of stuck in your wedges, and basically from the floor has just been, for you guys, blocks of ice just come out of the apparent marble. Clarity is just getting gassed, frankly. And the floor appears to be on fire.
The floor is lava.
The floor is not lava. The floor is spouting flames. So Alice is managing, given pretty good dex, but being in flight is not saving her. Not completely, anyway. Yeah, and the door you came in through is now, like, shut.
Locked. Yeah, makes sense. Of course it would be. But does that mean Cherie's blocked from us as well? Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's
This is
Hey.
so what? Forward? Where do we go?
forward.
I'm
Okay, I mean, keep in mind this is fairly high, and there is some kind of you can see through it because Jessamy is apparently very much enjoying the show at this point, but there is still a barrier between you and the people on the pedestal, as well as between the rest of you.
Is she still pressing on the...
Nope, she stamped. She stamped once.
should I try and take a shot at her?
I'm not making decisions for you guys.
No, I know.
Just trying to see what my spells do.
Come on, don't you want to elaborate on your newest plan? 'Cause you seem to be trying a lot of them.
Okay, I'm counting that as action for the moment, and I couldn't figure out how to do this necessarily with rotating the map. It's difficult with a 5-sided item, so I'm trying to determine where you each are on your squares and plan accordingly, because the floor beneath you changes color.
Oh boy.
Oh, wonderful.
I see the gimmick.
This is the worst game of Twister ever.
Ah,
So that's And you used your dimension door recently, didn't you? Remy, you used a dimension door last session to get across
Okay.
the trapped bit of floor.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, the only reason is the reason that Alice has been pausing is because it's been an eeny meeny miny. Fuck it, I need to leave a healer here with Barnabas. Grabs Remy and Poit. There's a general look of oh shit from people. And now I suppose is a time to be rolling some initiative. My notebook. There's my notebook. Okay.
Not a 7, please. Thanks.
Ooh, that's a spiffy roll.
Well, it's not a 7.
Oh no.
I
Hey, it could be worse.
I mean, not by much for me.
Look, as long as we're getting the low rolls out of the way now,
we live in
I love
eternal
it.
hope.
won't be a
But-
problem.
Okay. Of course, now I have to roll initiative for like 8 people. That's the only problem with occasionally giving you more than just the one big thing. Okay, that should help. So... Oh, Barnabas. Oh, dear. Oh, Jesus Christ. They all go in this massive fucking clump, don't they? That's... What's left is... And... of course, the 2 poor sods in the... the 2 poor sods currently in the poison end are being saved for last. So you don't have a bard with a dagger of warning anymore. You have a bard with several levels of monk. There's not a... Actually, no, I suppose there is. We don't know if we can necessarily count on Cherie, so she grabs up this contraption, and that's going to be an awful lot of attacks of opportunity. Well, 1, 2, 3. You don't have to roll this well all the time, guys. Slashing damage and... Oh, fuck, that's a lot of d8s. That's... Oh, there's a d12s, not d10s. I need to not panic so much about that. So that's 12 points of slashing, 8, 16. 8, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 31. Shit. Yeah, Alice A does manage to, the reason she gets fucked up so badly, frankly, is that, she's sort of shielding the contraption with her body.
Hmm.
But she gets airborne in so far as is possible. So that's minus 43, so that's... Ow. Yeah, no, that's not fun for anyone. Okay. That's effectively going to be her action. So she's technically like up. So that square she's on is vacant. It's just I don't have a 3D board. Remy.
Remy will charge up and get Jessamy's attention.
Okay. Well, there's a couple of people between. I mean, that isn't Jessamy. The one behind her is Jessamy.
If LSA lifted up the device,
It
can
was
she
on. It
move
was
her?
on. It was on a table.
Can she push it?
Theoretically, you could stand on the table or potentially shove the table.
Yeah, can she shove aside the table?
Make me an athletics check. Apparently, no, you cannot. You don't really have the time to look to notice if it's inset into the floor.
Okay, and then she'll attack this person that is in the way.
Yeah, except technically trying to shove a table isn't strictly an attack, it's kind of an action.
Okay, then. So,
You have a bonus action, but, that kind of eats your attacks, I'm afraid.
she'll put her channel divinity on Jessamy. Point her sword at her. Face me, traitor!
Okay. Ava!
Hmm. What are the other ones doing, meanwhile?
You don't know yet. This is happening in a matter of seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, a turn is 6 seconds. Actually, no, sorry, a round is 6 seconds.
Right. You also run and check if they're okay. Seeing Anders saying Remy start getting to the thick of it, I will fire at this one.
Okay.
Hunter's mark of the section.
Yeah, that doesn't stick. I'm going to roll the hand of fate now. Oh dear.
Oh god, don't tell me I hit the thing.
No, it wasn't that bad. Rylan, odds or evens?
Oh lord.
Evens.
Does it bounce off?
Yeah, you picked the lucky. Ava takes the 13 points of piercing damage as the bullet ricochets off a couple of the walls and sort of wham into her shoulder. You've never been on the receiving end of one of these before.
Fuck.
So that's 13.
13, yes. Well, it's the damage that you would have done if it actually hit its target.
Oh right, yeah.
Holy shit, the nervous swore.
The nervous has sworn a couple of times. It's just always so much more
The nervous
meaningful
has
when
sworn
they do.
many times.
Not that many. You see, we know it's got real when Rylan swears. I mean, when Nick swears, it's pretty much an average day. But when Rylan swears...
I mean, maybe it doesn't swear that much. But yes, they're even rarer.
Okay, well, that's your one attack. Do you want to try again?
Yeah, did it bounce off the bars, or is there like a barrier?
There is a barrier. I've mentioned the barrier a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just like I must have misunderstood. My bad.
No, there's walls. There's walls between each colored section of floor, and a wall separating those sections of floor from the pedestal in the middle,
Right.
which is why
I was thinking bars.
yeah, which is why the poison isn't seeping in there.
Ah.
Basically, each section is now its own giant walled-off wedge.
Not much I can really do. Yeah, I guess prepare a dodge if something attacks us. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Ava, I'm going to need you to make me 2 dex saves. Rylan makes me 1. Okay. So... Okay, so... Okay, so... The good news is... You take 8 points of fire damage down from 15.
Halved.
Halved. From 15, yes. Hence, down.
He's halved again.
Okay.
Because I'm fire resistant armor.
Yeah, but the bad news...
Oh boy.
Kind of literally, if you think about it. You know what happens when metal and gunpowder heat up?
Oh no.
You do manage to not have it near, like, your face or anything when the bullets explode inside your gun. But you do take 6 points of slashing damage down from 12 because metal fragments.
Welcome to Gunpowder Cook-Off, aka guns grenading when it gets hot enough.
Yeah, and I'm gonna need Clarity to make me a dex save, and Hazel and Barnabas to make me a con save.
22.
Okay.
That mean my gun's damaged, or is it just the bullets are gone?
They blew up inside your gun, causing shrapnel of.
Right, fair enough.
You're unfortunately, to whom it may concern, is going to need some significant repairs. So, okay,
I need to have basic. Well, I only have my sword. That means my bow's gone as well.
well, somebody still has your bow, but unfortunately, they're
No,
over
it's
there.
gone. It
Well,
broke.
well, I'm sure somebody has a crossbow or something that you can be loaned. I think Rylan is still carting around the crossbow.
I have a crossbow still, yeah.
Okay, so since this is an AoE, I imagine that Clarity is not going to want to take any damage.
Yeah, that would be nice.
She saved, so that is an option. Yeah, there's matrix dodging around here. Okay, Barnabas and Hazel, on the other hand, take 12 points of poison damage. And again, because I'm shifts again. That's about right.
Oh boy.
It's Jessamy's go at the moment. I need to look on something on a character sheet that isn't mine.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, thanks, Noms.
Oh no.
You flagged up a spell that is actually fairly useful.
Oh lord.
Hmm.
And no, I don't roll particularly well. Brilliant. And I'm gonna have to hand of fate this one. Well, there's that. Jessamy apparently got a few upgrades when she went full on erinyes.
Oh, she did.
As you watch, this hellfire reddish orange bands of light wrap around Alice, pinning her wings. And she just about manages to twist so that that massive chunk of contraption lands on her. Unfortunately, that does mean she lands back first on an immovable table, so yeah. And the full damage. Ow. Yeah, Alice is not looking in particularly good shape right now. Prone, so disadvantage at least. Actually, no. If prone have advantage, yes. Yeah, no. The person attacking has melee damage. As, because, yeah, now Alice A is kind of there. More to the point. So that's with advantage. Oh, crap. That was... $11. Thankfully manages to dodge the second one, so that's another 11 hit points gone. Yeah, no, Alice is not having a good day. And, yeah. I possibly should have mentioned Remy. Sorry I didn't. But the one that was attacking was that one, and Alice is within 5 feet of you.
Potential. Impose disadvantage
Well,
on one attack.
she can't now, because I've already called it. I'm just saying for the next time. Because currently Jessamy is kind of smirking around her lieutenant at you and being like, "You were saying how many times?"
Hmm.
I hate her.
This individual here, erinyes number 2, so that's 15-foot radius. Sphere, 5, 10, 15. That's about right.
Oh lord.
Darkness bubble.
What bubble?
Darkness.
Oh.
Yeah, the ones that not even Rylan can see in.
Hmm.
Oh, great.
No, it doesn't. Well, it's not really an attack, so it doesn't really activate my dodge.
That's their go. Number 3. Ooh. That's better. So like 3 is move up just to the edge there. And you guys can't see what they're doing. But I think it's only Hazel and Barnabas who'd be in a position. Can you guys make me a perception check, please?
Sure.
Yeah, Rylan, what's your AC?
I'm double checking the math with because it's 13 plus 14.
Even at disadvantage, you poor, poor sod. So that's shot number 1 is 6 piercing and where's my other D8? Oh, there it is. 6 piercing and 14 points of poison damage for a grand total of 20 hit points worth of damage. Attack number 2. Oh, come on! Stop being mean to the poor guy! That's 8 points of piercing, and that's cocked. So 8 plus 17. 8 points of piercing and 17 points of poison. And because I forgot, it's
Oh.
actually attack number 3, and you said 14.
Mm-hmm.
Tie goes to defender. You're okay.
Ah.
Yeah, because first it goes dark, and then there's arrows in you. But Hazel and Barnabas noticed that these guys, at the very least, could read. Everybody noticed Ava trying to shoot through that barrier,
Mhm.
and it availing her nothing. Apparently, they can reach out through it from the outside.
Of course they can.
And Barnabas, being intelligent, would be the one to figure out everything that's crossed the barrier, spells, hands, whatever, have not been immediately damaging. I mean, you doubt a person could get through them if they have ill intent, but hand, teleportation circle, darkness spell, echo.
Yes.
So that was number 3. Number 4. We're going to go through this, unfortunately, massively long round, and then we will take a break because this feels like it's going to go on a little longer than I expected it to.
Yeah, it happens.
This one, number 4, you guys are in no position to notice any of that. Alice probably isn't either. Remy, make me a perception check real quick. Yeah, no. You're too busy shouting. You're too busy looking at the smirk on Jessamy's face as her minions carve up your wife to really notice much of anything right at this point. Rylan! It's dark and you have 2 arrows in you.
So how would I be able to figure out where the end of the darkness is to get out of this?
Pick a direction and move. At the moment, you don't know.
Well, I knew vaguely where the fight was, so I moved closer to the fighting.
Yeah, and you get your 10 feet, and you're out of the bubble. You still have arrows in you.
I do have many arrows in me. Not that that's going to matter for much longer if this goes the way I think it's going to go. Where's the spell? 5, 10, 15, 20. Jessamy is within 30 feet of me.
Yes.
And do I have line of sight on her through the massive bodies?
And the 4.5-foot tie pedestal? No.
No. Okay. That
Unfortunately, the line of you might have a line of sight on if you stood where the darkness bubble is.
Okay, so if that's only 10 feet of movement, fucking measuring with my hand on the fucking monitor over here. Okay, so that rules that option out. I think what I'm gonna have to do is do my damnedest one darkness bubble deserves another, don't you think?
Yes.
So if I center it, it's 15-foot radius. So if I center it, say, here,
Sorry,
that
click
gets
that again.
Like here.
Are you casting?
I would like to attempt to cast.
Okay. As soon as it attempts to cross the barrier,
No, no.
bubble pops. Apparently, a spell cannot be on both sides of a barrier simultaneously. But
Okay.
you did say you were going to cast. That is your action in your spell slot. So.
Mhm. Yep. Which means the other plans I have don't even fucking work. So that's my turn. I'm gonna die.
Not
To be
necessarily.
fine.
The only reason I'm still standing right now is because of that last attack missing. I am at 1.
Don't worry. I got you.
That's a good thing she goes before the next layer action.
Thankfully.
Yeah, okay. That one isn't going to do anything just yet. So that's just me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So I had one too many. Thought I had one too many. Okay. This guy is going to move in a their word sort of direction. And we're doing a contested athletics. Oh, come on. Then again, she's currently bound, so I suppose that's not that surprising. But that one is sort of... It takes a bit of yanking, but gets the bomb out of Alice's hands. Clarity.
Okay. So this dude is not my friend. So the guy who has the bomb is this one.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, jeepers. Okay. I'm going to. Can I Misty Step to here?
Yes.
Okay, great. And I don't think that this would work on Jessamy, but I will try it on this dude. I'm going to do Channel Divinity Nature's Wrath. Let me put up the card. And so I'm going to have to ask for a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Okay, what's the DC?
DC is, hang on, my thing's being very slow. +16.
+4 on strength, and it's 16 on the die.
Let's try though.
Yeah, erinyes are no joke, really.
No,
Yeah.
really.
The funny thing is that you're now in the space where you can do them actual harm. But, yeah, no, maybe you should have just shanked him. Bonus action?
Well, the Misty Step was the bonus
Oh,
action.
of course,
I was trying to get
the bomb away from him. Yeah.
things away.
Fair, fair. And you end up more or less face to face with, well, giggling lunatic.
Hello.
I'm so sorry to do this to you, particularly given, but can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh lord.
Okay. hold on. This thing does not want to cooperate. Wisdom. 10.
Oh no.
You've heard this lunatic giggling. You didn't think there was any kind of gravitas in their voice at all. But they have a definite gravitas when they use command grovel.
Oh.
And yes, you very much failed your save on that, so you are currently on your knees, probably hating everything about everything religious right about now. Barnabas! Barnabas?
Yeah, okay. Smeagol, fastball special?
Up to you. Sure, if you can.
Are you
but-
sure you want to do this?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you want to try that, or just get over there.
All right. We'll try to manifest the echo on the other side and teleport through.
Where are you trying to end up?
Let
Because you're kind of running out of space, but
me see.
and you've got there.
That'll work.
Boop.
Hi.
If I recall, that's your bonus action. So you have
It is.
hitting.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Who are you hitting?
What the hell? The one right to my right. Who is that? Just a goon or?
That's the goon with the bomb. You might not want to hit the goon with the bomb.
No, not the goon with the bomb. Then the
That's
next one above it.
Jessamy.
Oh, even better.
I was wondering if you were going to ask which one of them was Jessamy because he landed right next to her. Okay. Attack time?
Yep.
Flash.
Yeah.
Look, shoot, look. Oh no.
No. No.
No.
I'm assuming.
Definitely not. No.
Oh,
No.
Come on.
That
Maybe?
does hit. And you've got your
Oh.
damage. So,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hit her twice. Not too bad.
Yep. And see. Other good bit of good news is you broke the earth bind.
Ah. Is that what the barrier was?
No, that was
No, the spell on Alisane.
that's the one that
Oh.
dropped Alice. Yes.
Ah, good.
Hazel.
Okay, from where I am, I can see a point kind of over top of the area, and I know that a bunch of us are there, right?
Yep.
You can see Barnabas's horns.
Yup. Right. And I've seen the darkness bubble happen, so spells can't be on both sides of it. But if I were to do a point over the barrier, or does that go to the ceiling?
What are you trying to cast?
Mass cure wounds.
That's not hostile.
Yeah, but what's the radius?
30.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's gonna hand of fate because the radius is across the longest horizontal axis, and those
The
edges.
radius is just one out, so it's 30 feet in two directions, 60 feet across the whole way.
In which case it crosses the barriers. You attempt and it fizzles.
No, I haven't even attempted. I was thinking of it.
I'm sorry, but you wouldn't. You would have cast it if you hadn't necessarily known it was gonna.
No.
Because you wouldn't know. Unless I told you, which I only told you because I thought you were actually casting it.
No, I think I've been misunderstood here. I was going over what we'd observed so far from the fight.
Yes, and I asked you what you were trying to cast. If you weren't attempting to cast a spell.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand.
Yeah, the response is nothing yet. I was thinking of Mass Cure Wounds, at which point I would have told you you don't know until you try to cast it.
I was going to use my 7th level slot.
I know it's a misunderstanding, and I know it's not anybody's fault, but the fact that you're not using your 7th level spell slot because of something I said when I thought you were, I would really prefer you commit to that.
I mean, if you like, I can just...
Yeah, because I wouldn't have told you that. I would have let you find out for yourself.
Because the reason I was figuring we might have figured it out was because of the Ryland spell, but if not, then that's a 7th slot gone.
Yeah, because you were saying pointing it at the ceiling. And yeah.
I was trying to figure out, does the barrier reach the ceiling?
You still wouldn't know.
Oh, so it's just completely invisible.
Pretty much. I mean, there's a shimmer, but you don't see it all the time.
Okay, so we have no idea if it goes all the way to the ceiling or not, and 60 foot would still go beyond it anyway, just because it's a 60-foot diameter.
Yeah, 60 foot would definitely go beyond it.
That's basically my AoE useless.
Which to be fair, you would have figured out on your own if we'd been on the same page. So you can keep the 7th level slot. Because if Ryland's piddling 15-foot radius bubble popped, yours definitely would. And given your wisdom, I think you'd figure out that if there was space between the top of the barrier and the ceiling, Alisaie would have used it.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, she went straight up.
Now, movement-wise, I don't think I'd be able to get to anywhere, because there's dudes in the way.
Well, you could, because remember, this is the space you control, not the space you entirely occupy. You'd be... Well, I need an athletics check for climbing.
Oh, but I'm going to do that, because I want to try and get, at the very least, to here.
Okay, so give me an athletics check. You attempt to boost yourself up the wall, but you miss your handhold. I'm going to hand of fate this one. You're not sure whether it's because they couldn't go through the barrier or you just missed. So it might be worth trying a second time.
Is that an action?
Yeah, it's attempting to climb, I'd say so.
Yep, okay, that's my turn.
Okay, well, while you guys think about this, we're going to take a very delayed break, and we'll try to get moving as soon as we all... Whoop, where'd Smeagol go? Ah, there he is.
Hang on. It's like you said break, so I was just
Well, if you let me finish the sentence. I know you're getting a little keyed up right now, which is very flattering, but please listen to everything I have to say. We're gonna try to keep it to 5 minutes, 10 at the absolute outside, and let's try to keep the break time conversation to a minimum because we're not gonna have a lot of time.
Got it.
And we're back in the middle of a fairly crowded, fairly convoluted fight, which is particularly fun. So Alice is first up and not looking well, as she might not be looking well, but she's still had bad enough of all of this. So yeah, so that's we'll throw in a staggering smite on this individual, so that's 9. Wisdom save from this Yahoo. Phew. Okay, so that's... Hello, D6s. So that was it. 14. Yeah, first hit is first hit is particularly nasty. Staggering smite. Okay, so that's another 11, 17. We'll blow a key point on Flurry of Blows. That misses. That does not. We're gonna throw a stunning strike in that one. And I believe I forgot to put that on. There we go. Yeah, so that Yahoo is stunned. And Hand of Fate this. Just manages to catch the bomb before it
Hits the floor.
yep. Are we gonna risk it? No, we're gonna stand our ground. Remy.
Remy will take that. Remy will use her bonus action to heal Alice for 66 with her healing light.
Okay. Do you want to roll or?
I just
Got it. You
rolled.
got it. Okay, that's helpful because she was down significantly on hit points, so she's looking better. Looking better.
And then she'll start swinging at that one.
This one.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That hits. Roll damage.
And then she will smite on that one.
Okay.
Five, 6. Nope, ignore that.
Okay.
What you actually do is hit for 32 damage.
Okay, so wisdom save, huh?
No, I'm sorry, ignore that.
Oh, okay.
It's
Sorry.
just a flat 32 damage.
Okay.
And then she will swing one more time.
Okay. No. That very much does not hit.
And that's it.
Okay. Ava, you are in a darkness bubble.
Was I out with the others when we faced those Abishai that time? I don't remember.
I mean, you know what a darkness bubble is.
Okay. So I would know to just walk out of its.
Yeah,
Radius.
if you know what its radius is. I mean, technically it should be bigger than that, but at this point, fuck it.
Yeah. Well then I shall. Would I have heard Rylan move or not? Probably not.
Does it matter? Just move in a direction.
Yeah. But I just know so if I go in their direction. Okay, I'll just move forward.
Okay.
See Rylan looking pretty injured. I will cast Cure Wounds at my 1/4 level. That's 18 points.
Definitely helpful.
That what you got?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
Since I can't do much more in the terms of range.
it's lair action time. So if Hazel could make me a dex save, and if Rylan and Ava could make me con saves, please. Oh no. Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
So Rylan and Ava take 12 points of poison damage.
Right, and I'm poisoned, I'm guessing.
No, it's just poison damage. You're lucky on that score anyway, so that. And Hazel takes 6 points of lightning damage, halved from 12 because there is a bit of Umber Hulk in that armor, if memory serves me correctly. Or no, that was Darvin's armor. Sorry, never mind. 12 it is.
So 14 doesn't make it. Good to know.
Okay. Next up is Jessamy, who is, frankly, not going to be facing Remy at this point. She has a much more fun target. She gets advantage because Alice is flanked. One was a 1, the other was a 20.
Ah, of course.
Jesus.
Is she casting or is she meleeing?
She's meleeing. And that's motherfucking sneak attack too. Great. So that's an extra. Sneak attack column of the rogue table. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun rolling d8s for this. So that's 10 plus 4, so that's 8. 3d8 poison is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 32. 42. That attack number 1 is a grand total of 50 points of damage.
Jesus.
Oh,
Offhand attack. Fuck. This is not going to be a good
boy.
day. So that's 9. My other d8. Where'd it go? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, and Christ. Yeah, so Alice is unconscious. And, you know, as Rebby sees Alice drop, like a curtain being pulled aside just to demonstrate Jessamy's smirk in her direction.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, now would be a really good time to actually no, because well, no, I'm still rolling at advantage, and if she hits, it's an auto crit. So I'm assuming you're going to impose a disadvantage on this one that you were hitting, who's about to go stab your wife.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a disadvantage. And they're both fucking 15. But then again, Alice's AC is... Oh, it's a +8? No, shit. Yeah, no, that's auto crit, and that's 2 saving throws.
Oh lord.
That's 2 death saving throws.
Not another 20.
Well, I was still doing it at disadvantage. One was a 20, the other was a 17, and it's a +8.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, and given that's another auto crit, that's an automatic.
Oh.
That, yeah, no, okay. Alice is. Alice just basically got janked. Oh, I forgot I need to move everybody. So you're there. You're there. Look, I'm as sick of her dying as you are.
I expect she's probably sick of it too.
More than likely, yes. So, yeah, partially because I want to, shorten this up a little bit. dudes 2 and 3 join in on what now those of you on the platform can identify as some kind of chanting.
Great.
Your number 4 is currently stunned. Rylan!
You said it's athletics to try and climb up onto the platform?
Yes?
Because based on where I'm standing, I want to try and get at least on here, which is probably just my action. But that's more than okay. Let me roll athletics for that.
No. Wait, hang on. I just want to check something on. No, actually, with that, you outclimb the athletics one. I forgot how low she rolled. But that's literally as far as you can move.
That's fine. I just want to do whatever I can to disrupt as much of the chanting as possible.
Well, I mean, you're currently kind of there, but you haven't disrupted anything yet.
No, but what I'm gonna do, try and go. That doesn't do anything.
Well, I mean, you've just used your action, so you've got a bonus action
Yeah.
left.
I'm thinking about the bonus actions that I do have. Oh wait, I don't have to think about this much at all. I have sorcery points to burn.
For quicken
spell.
Yeah, but don't you have to have cast a spell?
Uh,
I thought you
the
had
wording is when I cast a spell that has the time of an action. I've put the card up.
Okay.
I am, yeah.
I've
So I'm going
just seen it
to-
homebrew ruled as you have to have cast a spell first, but it doesn't say that, so I'm down.
No. And I'm going to do an. We'll just start with the screaming manic next to me and upcast and inflict wounds.
Okay. Can you put up the spell card on that one?
Upcasting to 4th level,
Okay.
which I have a button for. $20 to hits.
That hits.
Okay, so then there's cast at 4th.
So that's 29.
Many damages.
Except it's actually reduced to 15.
Magical resistance, good to know. Or necrotic resistance, potentially. Either way. But that's my turn.
Okay.
Crowd the circle further.
Okay. Other two are still mid chanting at this point. Clarity.
I say, "Oh, you god's damned giggling fart," and get down on my knees, and go prone, and that's my turn.
Yeah, I guess it is really, isn't it?
Mm.
Okay. giggling lunatic has advantage. Grins at Rylan and goes, "Thanks for the tip." And looking at teen.
Is it a spell or an attack? Relevant question.
I mean, it is a melee spell attack.
Counterspell.
I was going to try something, but
Counter
okay, go for
spell.
it. Aye.
Jessamy makes a. She hasn't used her reaction.
Magic uses nemesis.
Wait, what? Can you say wait and then speak in a
Sorry.
at a tempo I can understand?
Magic uses nemesis. I'll put the card up. On Jessamy.
Whoa, this is new.
Wisdom saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
15. I've had it for a while, but I've never really had a chance to use it.
Fuck.
What?
She just beat you.
Oh, god damn it!
Well, we tried.
Yeah, Clarity, what is your AC?
It is 17.
Fuck. Now I need more D10s. Where's my last D10? I know I have one. That's D8, 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 D. Fuck, I'm just gonna have to roll another one. So that's cocked. That ain't good. 10, 20, 23. 29, 32 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can use Uncanny Dodge on those. Oh, it just says an attack. Let me put it up. So Uncanny Dodge.
Okay, so that was... So it's 16.
32, so yeah.
Barnabas, you just saw a combination of Jessamy and that other one, like, literally just kill Alice again.
Barnabas is going to rip Jessamy apart.
Yeah, it feels kind of similar.
Well, to be fair, Ava didn't see that happen. She saw...
No, but...
Yeah.
Not yet, but... She still hates...
Bonus action. Is there space behind her for the echo to show up?
No.
Okay, well then,
Not really.
then directly down. Whatever. I don't care. Just I need the echo there, just so I can go full on blender mode for the
Okay, so...
7 attacks.
We're just gonna put
Do it.
another...
No, wait.
Can you, like, get... Thank you. There we go. Yes. A second shadowy Barnabas.
Yep, and that gets me 7 swings with using action surge. So let's slice and dice and make some Julianne bitch here.
Yeah, okay. No.
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 4. Yeah, they'll do it.
It's not showing up on my end. Hello?
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't have it either.
Not
There we
showing
go.
up. There it
It
goes.
is now. Yes, that one.
There's a delay.
Yeah, you had a little bit of an internet hiccup, so yeah, so that's one.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
That's 4.
Yep,
Swing number 5.
definitely hits. I'm not going to do any of the maths until you're done swinging.
All right, number 6. Ooh.
Yes!
And number 7. No.
So,
4 out of 7 isn't too bad.
4 out of 7, including a crit. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
guys, please let me do math. 17, 24, 38, 49. Yeah, Jessamy is not looking particularly well. Hazel. And you did. I mean, somehow you saw somewhere through there before the echo turned up that Ryland's up there. There's just not a whole lot of space, and you probably have to balance very, very carefully right about, like, there if you were coming up.
Gotta try. Though I actually want to try and see if I can make it here.
Well, you have to use your action to climb first, and then you can probably move there.
Yep. Gonna.
You're not having a good climbing day. I'm gonna hand of fate this. Fuck this. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say that because of the time it takes, you managed to get up there, but that's basically your movement unless you want to dash. So you're kind of balanced up against the... It would be up against the barrier, but you can clearly go through it, so you just have to be careful not to get yeeted.
Okay. I can see the rest of the gaggle then?
More or less. You get the impression Alice's on the floor somewhere, but to be fair, you don't know her status right now.
Gonna see who's looking particularly scuffed, which Rylan probably looks completely toasted.
Yes.
And basically just looking over at him. Hey, Rylan, stay alive. And I'm casting
I'm trying.
healing word up to third level.
And that's a bonus action. Do you want to use your action to dash somewhere less precarious?
Hold on, I gotta figure that into it. And that. So
2 plus the spell level, so an extra 5.
yep. And I also get 5 back. Yeah, okay, if I dash, this used up all my movement to get up here.
No, that used an action to get up there.
Okay. I'd like to use disengage to not get shivved on my way over.
Okay, you can do that. Boink. Yeah, that's around the point where you see Clarity is on her knees on the floor, and Alice is unconscious or worse, but there's too much fighting going on for you to really tell one way or another. Yet.
Where the fuck is this damn setup's off switch?
Okay, I'm definitely not rolling for Alice. Remy!
Okay, Remy keeps swinging at the one in front of her.
Okay.
She will
Nice.
definitely smite her.
Oh,
Ooh.
Let's
This
how
is
many
16,
dice? 6.
27. Okay. Plus your smite. Yeah, no.
Yeah, now we're rolling big numbers.
Yeah, that one's well and truly gone. Why am I assuming you're gonna want to advance on Jessamy right about now?
Yes, and she shoves that corpse aside.
Unfortunately, the
fine.
only aside is directly on top of Alice, but
Well,
we'll go with
yeah.
Too bad. Oh my god.
oh my!
Whoa.
20? What?
this is
Cupcake Coterie, fuck
Paladin
shit
critting
off!
is hard.
this is a true love's crit situation here.
Yep.
Oh yeah!
Okay,
I
no,
love
if you
smite.
don't stop right there, you're going to forfeit on your deal with Amnifriva. She is
Yeah,
unconscious.
that's fair.
But yeah, you've finished the job that
Oh my god.
it's like I say, it's another instance of true love's crit.
I know.
Welcome to Paladin Smites 101.
Good. God, I
They
don't
are
think
glorious.
Sorry, it's this reaction.
I reiterate, Cupcake Coterie, fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Ava.
I'm gonna try and climb up to where the rest are,
Athletics.
I guess. Human resilience?
Sure.
That's advantage if I'm not mistaken. Oh, human determination, pardon.
Whichever.
Athletics. Hey!
Yeah, you get up there, and actually, you honestly can't see Alice at this point because.
Yeah, because too many people.
Well, no, I was more thinking there's literally a corpse on top of her right now, which
Gotcha.
means you can't even identify where the blood is coming from either. And
Can I tell she's under there? Or do I
not at the moment. Again, partially because of all the, and you're a little precarious on your like
Yeah.
2.5 foot bit of space. But yeah, you're standing up next to chanting guy and actual Barnabas. So now that you're up there, that's your action. Do you have a bonus action or anything else you want to attempt to do?
Let me check. Don't think there's much I can do. Oh wait, hang on. No, it's an action as well. No, that will be it.
Okay, well, you see what happens in all 5 squares now. Because yeah, there's the ice crystals coming from the floor, the fire jets and the red hot floor, the poison gas, the lightning, and a rain of acid starts in that black section. So it's probably just as well that people didn't stay there. Okay, Jessamy's gone. This guy is gone. Hand of Fate this. Yeah, no, the Hand of Fate is kind of against you. One more time, just no. You really want these guys to have the most Pyrrhic of Pyrrhic victories, don't you? Asshole piece of plastic. The rest of them, and no, unfortunately, this is not something you can counterspell. Just on the basis it's been going on for several turns now.
Of course it has.
Bink, 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 and the bomb.
Shit.
Oh no.
Alright.
Does the alchemist go with them?
Yes. Note, alchemist is no longer on the table. The corpse and the unconscious Jessamy don't go anywhere either.
Oh, holy shit. I was say.
Not again.
I check.
Well, first you have to remove the corpse from atop her. When you do...
Does that take longer than a minute?
Remy will help yanking off the corpse.
Yeah, but, this has been a little while. And now we get the high numbers. No, it's still within a minute, but yeah, she is most assuredly dead.
I've still got a diamond for this. You are not allowed to leave your wife here angry and manic. Get back up. Get back here. You stay.
And surprisingly enough, it's not the tapping with the diamond that does it. It's Michigan hops out of the Michigan bag, shakes some errant bits off feathers, walks up to Alice's forehead, sort of, kind of headbutts her. Delicious? I am not the one with the best snacks for a feather ball.
I'll come back.
Oh, for fuck's sake, not this again.
And you're not allowed to leave your wife here. You're not doing that.
We won.
All I was going to say was I'm very glad that we are basically made of money right now.
Remy
Clarity's
looks for
starting to
Jessamy now that
tie up
Alice is
Jessamy.
back. Good idea.
20 points.
We seem to be missing. Thank you. We seem to be missing an awful lot of individuals and corpses for we won. Where's the bomb?
Not here.
We'll be dealing with that next.
Off with it. Where's the... Somebody find the off switch!
Alice kind of leans. Tap. The barriers come down.
Okay, now you hold still.
I'm gonna be okay. Can somebody maybe check on Cherie, who we apparently locked outside?
Barnabas starts echo teleporting as fast as he can.
Yeah, see, I don't have to go anywhere, so I'm going to stay here and do what my job is.
Okay, but before you go into that, Barnabas, can you make me a dex save, please?
Oh no.
Do I have to?
Yes. Well, I mean, you don't have to, but it might be in your best interest.
Oh no.
Ah, Jesus.
Oh, poor Cherie.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, it's not. It's not because of that. Apparently, she's been attempting to break the door down with the big beast fist. Barnabas takes 12. Barnabas takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage as he reaches the door and gets knocked like 10 feet backwards. Sorry.
She's all right.
Sorry. I was trying to get in.
It's cool. It's cool. She's all right.
All right. What in the world happened?
A
lot happened, like it always does.
Sorry, what happened like it always does?
Stupid happened, like it always does.
It was happening a great deal less when I was with you, I thought. When you listened to me, that is.
Now that you're with us, you get to experience stupid happening despite us having help. Which is a constant.
Oh dear.
Good news, we're all alive. Thanks, Daniel.
Oh yeah, and what I'm going to be doing in the case of doing my job is actually, now that the barriers are down, upcast that
35. Nice.
plus an additional 9. Gives me another 9.
Okay, well, Alice is looking somewhat better. Because that was 35.
Almost up to 4. Thanks, Hazel.
Everyone in the vicinity who took any amount of ow.
Other good news, more or less, we've got Jessamy. Bad
Good
news
deal.
is the others took off with the bomb.
No.
We'll go after
I'll
them
defeat-
I'm
as
gonna
soon as
give
we've
her, like,
done with her.
I'm gonna heal her just enough so that she doesn't bleed to death.
All right.
And we hand her over, much as I wish.
Yeah, what she
We
does.
could hit her one each for the suffering she's subjected us to.
Yeah, what Alice does is it gives her 6 hit points with a 5 hit point punch to the face.
And Clarity has tied her up with entirely too many knots. Like, it's just excessive. Just so many knots the entire time anybody's been talking.
To quote the movie Con Air, gag and bag that Nazi muffin.
Okay. Looks up at you
There's
guys,
one for the t-shirts.
going, really?
Remy ignores
And that's the
her
moment she
takes
gets
a deep
gagged.
breath.
Yes, really, you maniacal little shit. Do you have any concept of what punching holes in reality does? You want more of that crap to leak in? Because that's how you get more leakage instead of less. You traitorous bitch stick! No, you don't get to fucking talk! Step on your fucking face if you start!
To be fair, this is Jessamy's reaction. I'm sorry, you're just so comically resentful.
Give us some space.
Ava, gag her, deafen her.
Don't deafen her.
I mean, I'm not sure how I can
what she
gag her,
said.
but...
Clarity's up.
I was going to say, Barnes will start ripping shit off of himself, including fur if he has to gag her.
I think we've got some cloth somewhere.
Stuff.
Hey,
Stuff.
Everybody
stuff.
back up.
Tie.
Yep.
Tie some
Remy.
more.
Back up to let
Tie
Remy
some
do her
more.
thing.
I have
I heard
done
it.
if we need.
Yeah, Remy looks at people to make sure there is enough room to summon a likely large person.
Well, I mean, we can remove the echo for a start. Alice can kind of step off to the side a bit. Probably, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably enough.
Ava probably wants to be on slightly more solid footing, so I've moved her there.
Thank you.
Remy will take a deep breath. Anufriva.
The planetar you get this time, as I say, similar size to Ziriel. More than, well, female presenting, certainly. Hair, a very... the red of Brian's t-shirt red hair. Well, I see you've kept to your end of this bargain.
Of course.
I'm taking it the situation did not go entirely to your liking here.
No,
Really?
we need to go after that weapon they've created.
I doubt I could be of very much assistance there. You may need the Tinkerer's Haven for that. And gets down on one knee in front of Jessamy. Just looks at her for a minute. And stands and looks down, obviously, at Remy. So, of those assembled here, who has the greater claim to justice, and who has the greater claim to vengeance?
I'm the paladin of Tritherion, but LSA has the greater claim to vengeance.
Looks over at Alice. Reaches into her bag of holding. Removes a ball bearing. A little steel thing. Can we ungag her for a second?
Nerdy
Alright.
starts untying.
Yeah, you're going to want to put that back in a minute, but she's currently looking at Alice like, what the fuck? Grabs both ends of the jaw, squeezes until she opens, sticks the ball bearing in her mouth, casts heat metal,
Ooh.
then shuts her jaw and forces her to swallow.
Ooh.
That's not going to do all of it. She's fire resistant now. Then looks at Remy. But I can share.
Remy nods to her and then looks to Anafriva to see if she has said her piece.
Looks at Alice. I suppose for one who was robbed of the chance to protect, that's fair enough. I had no idea Ziriel sparked someone so inventive. But I've seen what I need to. She is none of mine. And she will never regret it. She, out of character, she clearly looks like she's regretting something at this point, but that might have something to do with the red hot ball bearing eating through various bits of her stomach. I am satisfied, and your blood is no longer an object to be traced by these people. Any further negotiations will have to be started from a clean slate. You've done moderately well. And then she's gone.
Remy bows her head and then turns and picks Jessamy over and raises up her sword.
Well, she's currently in a Girl Scout cocoon, so I don't think she's going anywhere.
Yep. In the name of Tritherion and every Aasimar that died because of your choice. And then she will cut off her head.
Probably something of a mercy at that point.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know what happens next.
We probably need to go back to Avernus.
She said the Tinkerer's Haven. We have to talk to people in
Yeah,
here
what-
first.
What is the Tinkerer's Haven?
Egref.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Oh,
Yeah, the place that causes our resident nervous to malfunction by existing.
Well, Cherie,
we don't know that yet.
Cherie, who's sort of standing, peering onto the platform because she is not particularly athletic, going, well, it's entirely possible that A, they'll know something about your giggling lunatic because he sounds very much like the sort of person they'd exile from Egref. So they might have some more information, and we did say it wasn't finished yet. I heard some yelling and swearing, and there's a sledgehammer head lying on this platform. Why? They weren't trying
Because
to hit. They were. Oh dear. In any case, we have things to talk to some people about, but I don't think they'll be taking that thing to Avernus until it's ready. And if it's not yet, and I'm going to be entirely blunt at this point, and I apologize for it. Alice, how many times have you died or nearly this week? 2, 3, I'm losing count.
We're not allowing her to
I'm
do
not,
that.
No, that's not what I was saying. I understand that you're in overdrive. But you do understand that the dying takes it out of you.
Mm-hmm.
You only managed to put a little bit of it back in. I'm taking it's been at least a week and a half since you've slept properly. Yes, I know you don't like me giving your various bits of weakness. That's tough at this point. Because they are going to run you ragged at this, and they don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, do you?
None of
No.
us want to, and yeah,
Ow.
the whole all I can do is put the metaphorical genie back in the bottle. Rest is still a requirement.
It's not like I had time to ask. Why are you blaming me?
I'm not. I'm just frustrated.
Yes, but please point it at something that's not me. There are 2 perfectly adequate corpses to pitch your frustration in the direction of.
Pulls axe, just jams it into a corpse and just starts dragging it off of the platform.
I'm honestly gonna. Well, to be fair, you're closer to the one that was on top of Alice.
Yeah.
I think it's only like Remy and possibly Barnabas who are really aware that the one that Hazel's currently dragging around is the one that actually finished the job on Alice. Jessamy knocked her unconscious. The one that Hazel is using as a Swiffer mop is the one that actually basically cut her throat while she was down.
So Hazel using her as a Swiffer mop seems kind of fitting, don't you think?
Well, Alice doesn't know. It's just like
Remy's not saying anything.
Well, look, there's a moment where Barnabas and Remy look at each other, and it's clearly we're not saying shit.
It's already dead.
Drag this thing off the platform, keep dragging, thud, just walk to a corner with it.
And we
Michigan
can
winds up
teleport.
sitting on top of the corpse. Like a kid being towed with a little red wagon.
Reach in the wagon.
After I get to that corner, picking up Michigan, putting him on my shoulder, turning, and then just berserk screeching and hitting the thing over and over.
You know, I said a few times that she would have made a very good barbarian. She is not disproving my theory here.
If anything, this is just adding to the theory.
She'd be terrifying if she was actually a barbarian.
Alright, so we teleport to Egref, which is significantly easier
You
and
don't.
safer.
You don't teleport
No.
to Egref from here right now.
No.
We need
We
to
teleport
hurry
up to a place of rest.
Yeah.
Yes, the only wandering
Sure.
around you're going to be doing is getting food inside you, a few lovely treats, and if you really must do that today, you are going to get me to do a sending in advance to that tipsy pixie place you seem to like staying, so that you know you have beds available, and you are going to sleep there. And if you want a Harley surf and turf sort of meal, then you do better here. There's the wharf side. It's a little restaurant literally on the docks. It's that kind of surf and turf thing. So do you
Alright.
want to... And besides, if you don't report back to the Mobius twins before you go anywhere, somebody's going
Yeah,
to
that's
throw
what I was
things
worried
at you again.
about.
So what I would suggest is go back to the plantation house while I make you reservations at the Tipsy Pix at the Riddler's Stump. Pardon me. You go to places with some interesting names.
Thank you.
I will take you shopping for treats after you've changed your clothes and bathed and assure Niala that you haven't been chopped into bitty pieces out here. I will take you to the wharf side for dinner. And since I'm still accompanying you for the last leg of your apology tour, we will go to Egref. You will have a good night's sleep at your favorite Egrefian inn. I will make an appointment with Calichiel and with Heskan, because you need to speak to him about that pendant. And I will make an appointment at the similar sort of time at the Egref Academy of Mathemagics, because one of their professors, since her student days, was dealing with exile and potential exiles from the academy. She was one of the team of troubleshooters. I think we mentioned them because of the Warforged you were calling her, Professor August. If anyone would know the troublemakers that would lead us to where this giggling lunatic might be and who they might be, it'd be her. So, the apology first, then Heskan, then the academy.
Probably have to figure out a way to fix my weapon as well.
Well, after all of that is over, I'm sure we'll have some of the afternoon. This can't take all day, and I believe you know the person to speak to, otherwise you wouldn't have that in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of you could do some Egra shopping, maybe send some letters home. I don't really know how any of this works for you all. But yes, for the time being, possibly we could get out of here, because I don't think I want to navigate a Tiamat temple.
No.
Hazel, we're going now.
I've probably gone already through the body, and I'm just putting dents in the floor at this point.
Hazel.
At which point, Michigan, because Michigan knows this is the only way to get Hazel's attention when Hazel is like this, grabs the end of her big green bow and pull. Doesn't untie it all the way.
Hazel.
We can't hear you.
Yeah?
Again.
Come on. We're going.
If nothing else, I have to show Barnabas where I got those truffles. And the fudge patch.
Right.
But for now, we'll teleport
Come on,
to
everybody in.
we'll teleport to perhaps the outside of the the plantation house at the bone orchard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right where I
As
was
I'm
thinking to take
walking
us.
back, are there any, like, miscellaneous bits of like wall or component?
No, there is nothing but flat wall because it wouldn't have survived half of the changes happening around the room.
Okay, so nothing for me to knock over.
Nope. And since we're a little bit past that time, we will say that you all teleported back to the Bone Orchard, and we'll deal with the much needed breather after all of that in 2 weeks. And yes, I get to
Alright.
introduce Barnabas to A, the best steakhouse in Ambier, B, the best chocolaterie in Ambier, and the place devoted entirely to fudge. And Barnabas should be very glad that he, like all the rest of y'all, is basically made of money at this point.
Mm.
And exercise.
I'm going to try to say it's not going to be Mr. Creosote from Monty Python's Meaning of Life, but it might be.
I will see you guys in 2 weeks.